Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to No DQ Live here on NoDQ.com and the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Aaron Rift No DQ. Thank you all for tuning in. This is the post Fastlane edition of No DQ Live. So for the most part, it was a predictable show. There were a few little twists and turns. By the way, am I echoing? Because somebody said I'm echoing. Please let me know. Chat site forums says you're loud and clear for me, just letting you know. Perfect. All right, let's get on with this. Victor E says it was an okay show. How's it going, everyone? Thank you to everyone tuning in live. I appreciate it. Please spread the word. I thought it was a good show. We already have a super chat donation by Master Gordon with a $2.79 super chat donation. You can donate on mobile now. That's cool. So feel free to send in a super chat donation if you enjoy the video. Totally optional. But anyways, let's talk about Fastlane. It kicked off with the kickoff match. I do want to add the kickoff show was for the most part very boring. There was one funny moment. Actually, holy crap, we just got 2 more super chat donations. You guys are not going to let me get started here. Tom just sent in $2. I'll be the first one to say it. How about no DQ beach balls? Caleb Jacobs just sent in a $2.51 super chat donation saying AJ versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Thank you guys for your super chat donations. Now, what I was saying about the kickoff. We had Sam Roberts call WWE WWF by mistake. Other than that, it was a boring kickoff panel. Nothing really notable. Another $2.79 super chat donation from Master Gordon. WrestleMania looking awesome so far. Now, we had a kickoff match, which I believe was announced at the last minute. I don't recall this match being announced a couple of days ago. Maybe I'm wrong and just wasn't paying attention. Wayne Gangwer just sent in a $20 super chat donation. No comment, though. Wayne, thank you so much. Give me a comment. Anything you have to say about this show. And hopefully I'll be able to see it and comment on it. If you want to leave a super chat donation, basically what you do is you click on the bottom below where you can say something. There should be a $sign. Paul Jackson, 1988, just left a $2 super chat donation. Great matches that meant nothing. Hashtag fire Road Dogg. Well, a few of the matches did have something happen, a little bit different than expected. The kickoff match, Breezango and Ty Dillinger against Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable and Mojo Rawley. So Ty Dillinger actually got on a WWE show for once. Granted, it was the kickoff, but it's better than nothing. It was mostly comedy. I think Fandango was riding one of them. I think it was Chad Gable. Chad Gable wanted him to actually wrestle, but Fandango wanted to do comedy. Joseph Smith just left a $1.99 super chat donation. Bludgeon Brothers rule. And then Richard Henderson also left a $1.99 super chat donation. You're the man. Well, thank you for that. Thank you guys for your super chat donations. You guys are awesome tonight. You're already going strong with the super chat donations. But I haven't even gotten past the friggin' kickoff match here. So the crowd chanted, "You can't wrestle at Rawley," and he was basically like, whatever. I forgot what he said exactly, but I know he went on Twitter and said, "I'm a fighter, I'm not a wrestler," blah, 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 whatever. Dillinger pinned Rawley. That was a little bit of a surprise. I mean, I figured once this match was announced that the good guys would win. I was just a little surprised the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, to put it shortly, I'm a little surprised the Andre Battle Royal winner got beat here by Ty Dillinger on a kickoff match when Ty has barely gone on television over the past 6 months. Alex Pershing, our good friend, sent in a $2 super chat donation. No one will top the #1 donation of all time. That's true. Alex holds the record at $100. By the way, just so you guys know, he is getting some stuff. He's getting an ODQ t-shirt. He's also getting an ODQ beach ball, which you can see behind me. The No DQ beach balls have arrived. Email nodqmisc@gmail.com if you are interested on purchasing one for the low cost of $9.98. Cindy says we need No DQ lotions. Actually, tonight I'm just drinking soda. I got my diet soda. And CM Punk, people think I ripped off CM Punk because I'm straight edge, atheist, drink diet soda. I've been doing this stuff since I was born. So CM Punk and I have a lot in common, but he still blocked No DQ nonetheless. Anyways, enough of that. Let's move on here. And I don't have tattoos. So that's one difference. All right. The pay-per-view kicked off with Shinsuke Nakamura. I like to call him Shin. Versus Rusev. Aiden English came out, sang a song for Rusev's introduction. I thought Aiden was great. I love Aiden English. This guy should be getting the same push Elias is getting, maybe even a bigger push. I've always been a big Aiden English fan. I love the singing gimmick, and we don't get enough of it. And I feel like everyone's chanting Rusev Day, but I feel like it's Aiden that's really getting the chant over. Aiden English deserves a lot of credit. He's very entertaining, and this gimmick needs to be on television every single week. Got a $6.99 Super Chat donation. What's with the 99-cent ones? The amount of donations I've sent probably top $100. Sorry, mate. Not a problem, Master Gordon. Your donations are very much appreciated. You're one of the top supporters here, no doubt, and it's very much appreciated, sir. So we had Nakamura versus Rusev. Crowd was split down the middle. They were chanting Rusev Day. Rusev looked to be in great shape. It's a shame he's basically enhancing Nakamura here, which is the right move for this match. The question is, should WWE have fed Rusev to Nakamura? Could they have done somebody else? That's the whole debatable thing. Match itself was good. Rusev did get a near fall with the Mashka kick, but Nakamura did pick up the win. And to be fair, it took 2 Kinshasas, not just one, to beat Rusev. Good match. Good opening match. I'm a little surprised it wasn't the tag match between the Usos and New Day, but there was a big angle later on in the show. Victory has to leave. He has to get some sleep. Darn you, Victory. But in all seriousness, it's cool. Have a good night, my friend, and thank you for tuning in. You can check out the rest on demand. You'll be sorry, though, if something really epic happens with this live video, something completely out of control. I may do Skype calls in a little bit after the review. I may bring it back tomorrow night. I am going to try that concept out a little bit more and have people call in. I did a poll, and this is a little off topic here. I did a poll a few weeks ago about the calls, and a majority said they did like the calls, but it was a slight majority. A slight majority. It was only like 55 to 45%. But I am going to keep it going at least for a little bit longer, or maybe save the calls till the end of the video. Now, with that being said, let me get back to the review. Moving on here, we had Bobby Roode against Randy Orton for the United States Championship. For me, this was probably the biggest surprise of the show because I figured Roode would retain the title. I was a little bit surprised we had Randy Orton win the United States title. And with the exception of the Universal title, if you're including that, Orton is now a Grand Slam winner, holding all the other titles. So congrats to Randy Orton. And WWE saved Jinder Mahal for after the match instead of having him interfere. Actually, what happened later was what I thought was going to happen in this match. So the match was good, but the beginning was a bit slow. Lack of crowd heat. Fans were chanting for Byron Saxton for some reason. Of all the things to chant for, people, why chant for Byron Saxton? Come on now. I mean, you're better off chanting for Tom Phillips. Jeez. But it is what it is. Match did get good towards the end. Orton, of course, hit that big superplex, much like his father back in the day. That was cool. Orton picked up the win with the RKO. I think Rude was jumping off the top rope, and Orton, of course, turned it into the RKO. Kasha says, do you want me to donate $100? If you love the show, buy a t-shirt. Send in a super chat donation, whatever you're up for, you know. I appreciate you guys just tuning in and watching. I mean, for me, that's enough. Just the fact that you guys are so supportive. I mean, you guys rock. Everybody in this chat room, everybody watching this video, every single one of you, you guys rock. You're awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now, we had Jinder Mahal come out, and he started fighting with Randy Orton. Bobby Roode made the save for Randy Orton, but then turned around and attacked Orton, obviously frustrated that he lost the match. Interstate Kyle says, what do I get if I donate $100? Kyle, if you have $100, buy a plane ticket and go to Money in the Bank so you can be part of the No DQ meetup in Chicago during Money in the Bank weekend. That's what you can do, Kyle. I actually have extra tickets if you want to go, Kyle. Buy yourself a plane ticket, and you can sit with us for the show. But anyways, let's get back here. I'm sure Interstate Kyle is going to eat his toenails, said Kasha. And Offman Rules is here. Big supporter and super chat donator. Thank you for tuning in, Offman Rules. Ghost Skittle is here. Doing well, Ghost Skittles. Undertaker did not show up, but we'll get to that here in a few minutes. Bobby Roode frustrated that he lost. He hit the glorious DDT on Randall Orton. And then we had the tag match, Becky Lynch and Naomi against Natalya and Carmella. I guess this was a little bit of a surprise too. I was not expecting Carmella to win the match for her team. And it's kind of silly that I say that because when you think of it logically, Carmella should be winning. I think I even said this recently. The Money in the Bank contract holder should be pushed. I don't like the concept where the contract holder is always getting beat every single week. So by normal logic, this is exactly what should be happening. But I always think of WWE logic where they just bury the contract winner because the idea is that eventually the contract winner is probably, unless the company gives up on that person, is going to win the title. So I was a little bit surprised that Carmella won this one. This match was fine. Not as strong as some of the other matches, but it was fine for what it was. A lot of people were calling it Botch City and a Botch Fest, so I thought it was all right. I didn't think it was terrible or anything. But then again, I probably wasn't paying a whole lot of attention to it. Addicted Chip says, nice shirt. Thank you for that, Addicted Chip. I appreciate it. And Based Ash says Carmella is sexy AF. So there you go. All right. Next up, we had the Usos against the New Day for the tag team titles. And this was a good match, but not the match of the night as I was expecting. And it was more of an angle than an actual match. First of all, the match itself, the big story of the match was the two teams were doing each other's moves. You had the Usos doing the Midnight Hour. You had the New Day doing the super kicks and the big splash. TJS, our moderator, just sent in a $2 super chat donation saying, would you sell me a Money in the Bank ticket? Tyler, email me and we can talk about that. I do have tickets available, but I don't have a lot. But people that are serious about going, I only have a few spots. So Tyler, message me or email me, whatever. It's the Costanza says, challenge Cesaro live on video. There you go. Dane Q just paid for my network subscription this month with a $9.99 super chat donation. Admit that Rusev will be WWE champion by 2019. I can't say that. I don't think he will. Should he? The guy should certainly be given a big push considering the reactions he's been getting, but I don't know if it's going to happen. I really don't. He's getting over organically, and we know how that ends up most of the time. With few exceptions like Daniel Bryan, most of the time they get their legs cut from under them. Look at Zack Ryder. I mean, most of the time, it's hard to really be the top guy or be world champion when you're not part of the company machine. Just being real here. But anyways, no, I do not hate Kevin Owens, Robert. Back to the match. It was basically the teams stealing each other's moves, and then we had the Bludgeon Brothers come out and sabotage the match. This is what I thought was going to happen with Randy Orton and Bob Roode. I thought Jinder Mahal was going to come out and sabotage the match. It just happened in a different match. So, interesting setup for WrestleMania, because now it's looking like we're going to get a bunch of triple threats. We got Jinder Mahal in the mix, so could very well be a triple threat match between Orton, Mahal, and Roode. And then for this scenario, we have potentially Usos versus New Day versus Bludgeon Brothers and another triple threat. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, it's starting to feel like WrestleMania 2000 with all the tag matches and almost no singles matches. But this is what happens when you got to get everybody on the card. They could add some fourth teams. The IC title match could have Joe added. So we might get a couple of 4-man matches or 6-man matches. You know how the whole thing is going to go. Alex says still a strong angle, honestly. I mean, I thought it was a good beatdown, and Xavier did a great job selling for those guys. I mean, anytime I get somebody messaging me asking me, is Xavier really hurt? I mean, that's a sign that the guy's doing his job properly when you're not really sure. I mean, that was a great sell job by Xavier. Mr. Wrestling's biggest TF says, what up, Aaron? Shout out to you from Arizona, from Ivan. Thank you, Ivan, for watching in Arizona, hot Arizona, where it's like 100 degrees most of the year. Fire Disco Panda, I do plan on hitting up the Pro Wrestling Tees store in Chicago for Money in the Bank weekend. It's going to be a great weekend. I'm really excited about it. I have a huge lineup of things to do for this trip. I mean, I'm going for business, but I'm going to try to enjoy the city and do all sorts of different things. Big Jeffrey is here with a $2 Super Chat donation. Beach Ball Mania. There you go. Big fan of Beach Ball Mania. And I'll talk more about the No DQ balls here in a few minutes. Brayden says, I want to support you on the No DQ balls. Really enjoyed the beach video. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Now, we had Charlotte Flair versus Ruby Riot. By the way, we're over 400 live viewers right now. 420, as a matter of fact. So, I don't smoke, but that's cool that we got 420 viewers here. Thank you all for tuning in. If you're tuning in for the first time, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you'll subscribe. Click that subscribe button and check out more videos. I do No DQ Live for Raw and SmackDown every week, plus the pay-per-views, and sometimes I do additional videos, No DQ video, the No DQ review. Hopefully you'll subscribe and check out more videos. NoDQ.com is turning 20 this year, so I've been doing this for a long time, and hopefully if you are watching for the first time, you'll stick around for 20 years and follow me for the next 20. Cool Hand Dylan says 500 viewers and I get a t-shirt. SJP says if we hit 600, I will put myself through a table. All right. Let's move on here and talk about Charlotte Flair and Ruby Riot. So there was no Riot squad, at least for the first 5 minutes or so. Eventually they came out, started interfering. Becky Lynch and Naomi came out to even the odds. So we could... Why do I think we're going to see like a six-woman match? I hate to say it. At WrestleMania. Riot Squad against Lynch, Naomi, and somebody. Another babyface female, or I don't know. Give me a name. Anyways, the referee kicked all of them out, so it was just down to Flair and Riot, and Flair tapped out Riot with the figure 8. And then after the match, we had Asuka come out. Yes, Asuka showed up. She pointed at the WrestleMania sign, which is the symbol for she's challenging Charlotte at WrestleMania. So this is good. Charlotte Flair versus Asuka is realistically, without Ronda Rousey involved, the biggest women's match WWE can do at WrestleMania. And with the way the storylines have been going over the past couple months, Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax has more story behind it and makes more sense for WrestleMania. So this is good. This is a good decision and should be a hell of a match. Todd Beavering is here. I'm here. Sorry I'm late. Not a problem, my friend. A few people had to tune out. You know, it's getting late on the East Coast, but we got new people turning in. Salty Meme Guy, or Meme Guy, whatever it's called. Aaron, is Fastlane worth watching? Definitely for the main event, and I will talk about the main event here in a few minutes. Looks like Baron McTougalage has been acting up in the chat room. All right, what do we have up next? We have the main event, the six-pack challenge for the WWE Championship. By the way, guys, you see the no DQ beach ball in back of me? Check out that video at the beach I did on Saturday. Also, if you would like a beach ball, email me, nodqmisc@gmail.com, and I will give you information on ordering a beach ball. Check it out, just $9.98. Great deal. And I told you guys on Facebook, if you guys can go to an autograph signing or you see him at the airport, if you can get a photo of yourself with the beach ball and Cesaro, I will send you a free NoDQ.com t-shirt, any shirt of your choosing. Now, if you can get a video of Cesaro ripping up a no DQ beach ball, I will give you $100. This is 100% legitimate. I'm not making this up or swerving people. $100 if you can get a video of Cesaro ripping up a no DQ beach ball. But you have to buy one first. So email me, nodqmisc@gmail.com, and buy the beach ball. Then you're eligible. You have to buy the beach ball first. No knockoff where you like put a no DQ logo on a random beach ball. You have to buy this specific beach ball from me first to qualify. So that's the little disclaimer there. Anyways, why would the challenges get me in trouble? You know, people go to Cesaro, they want him to sign t-shirts or pictures or autographs. Just say, hey, can you sign my beach ball? Or will you rip up my beach ball? And see what he says. I mean, worst thing he's going to do is say, go to hell. I don't think he'll say that, but he'll just get pissed off. Anyways, let's talk about the main event. The six-pack challenge for the WWE Championship. Shane McMahon was at ringside to watch the match, which means, angle alert, something's going to happen here. Master Gorn just sent in a $2.79 super chat donation. Will you replace the ripped up one? Yes, I will. I will, in fact. If you do this stunt, I will send you another beach ball, in addition to the $100. Mr. Heavy Metal Hero Dude says, hey, what's up, Aaron? How are you? I'm doing great. Thank you very much for tuning in. Your viewership is much appreciated, my friend. Now, the six-pack challenge started off really weird for me. So it began with John Cena hitting everyone except AJ Styles with an AA. And that led to Cena and Styles facing off in the ring. Really weird start to the match. I'm not sure how I feel about this one, but I mean, the match was really entertaining. This was a great main event. I was asked earlier, is this pay-per-view worth watching? The main event you gotta see. Even though it had the predictable outcome, it was still a really strong match. Rob Klein just sent in a $2 super chat donation. Cena finally learned to just AA at the start. TGS said it made the AA look weak. So some different opinions about this. I am Mr. Heavy Metal Hero Dude. I am not going to WrestleMania, but I will be at Money in the Bank and TakeOver, and I will also be at Survivor Series in Los Angeles and the TakeOver for that. So those are my two big shows this year, my two big weekends. Money in the Bank weekend in Chicago and Survivor Series weekend in Los Angeles, which is my hometown where I grew up. So it's an easy commute for me to go to LA, visit my mom, all that stuff, and check out Survivor Series and do No DQ's 20-year anniversary. 2 meetups, one in Chicago, one in Los Angeles. Now, back to the match. Cena, AJ Styles brawled, everyone recovered, went after John Cena. Lots of big spots in this match, very few slow moments. This was a very fast-paced, exciting match to watch. Master Gordon says, are you shipping merch to Canada yet? Yes, I am, at least with the beach balls, but there is an extra charge. Again, email me, nodqmisc@gmail.com if you're interested in the beach balls. Back to the match. Ziggler and Corbin fought in the crowd. They went through the hockey boards. Cena put Styles through the announce table with the AA. And then this led to Owens and Zayn having a face-off with each other. Jonathan Smith sent in a $2.99 Super Chat donation. Is Cena going to be the Dre winner now? I think Cena has a date with the dead man, if I had to make a crazy prediction for WrestleMania. Interstate Kyle says Los Angeles has the best weather, New York has the best jobs, and Chicago has the best people. All right, there you go. Moving on here, back to the match. So Owens and Zayn. Zayn laid down for Owens, but Owens did not trust Zayn. And then Owens tried to pick up Zayn. Zayn did his roll-up. So clearly neither guy trusted the other. That was the story here. They brought on the outside, and then Owens went for a super kick, but missed Zayn and accidentally hit Shane McMahon. Outcast Kid is here. Good friend of mine who did the No DQ rap a few months back. Just sent in a $2 Super Chat donation. Thank you, Outcast Kid. Zach Davis left a $2 Super Chat donation. Do you think we will have Taker versus Cena still? Yes, I do. I think tomorrow night, Cena's going to come out. He's going to be distraught. And then the gong's going to hit. Turbonia says, Cena losing over and over makes him a credible opponent for Undertaker, ? I will talk about that in a minute here. I have discussed that before, where it is a weird storyline because is Cena going to lose yet again at WrestleMania to Undertaker? Huh? I mean, if Undertaker's coming back for one more match, is he really going to lose again? So neither guy should really be losing. Cena's been losing all these matches. It's really weird. Maybe it's going to be a retirement match where the loser is done for good. I don't know. By the way, we hit 500 tonight. 509 live viewers. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're a first-time watcher and you're enjoying the video, please subscribe. Click that subscribe button. By the way, for everybody that's subscribed or thinking about subscribing, make sure you guys click on that bell icon next to the subscribe button. That way you guys can get the updates guaranteed without YouTube burying them or whatever. It's just a good way to get the notifications, and it's just the system YouTube has set up. So click on that bell icon so you don't miss anything. And I also post some news as well, so you'll be able to check that out. Back to the match here. Owens hit the pop-up powerbomb, was going to win the match, but Shane pulled out the referee. And then Shane also prevented Sami Zayn from winning the match. So it looks like we still got the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Shane McMahon storyline for WrestleMania. I was a little worried because there was speculation over the past few days that it was going to be Owens and Zayn in the Andre Battle Royal, and Shane McMahon was going to face Dolph Ziggler. And I was like, okay, WWE spent over 6 months building up Shane McMahon and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens and doing some sort of match with all these guys for WrestleMania. They got to end this at WrestleMania after all this buildup. So for those guys to be in the Andre Battle Royal, that did not sound like a good idea. I'm assuming it's going to be a tag match. Shane McMahon and a partner against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and that will lead to the speculation. I think Owen and Zayn will be friends now that the match is over, and they were both screwed by Shane. They're going to reform their alliance. And the question is, how will Daniel Bryan factor into all this? Maybe Dolph Ziggler ends up as Shane's partner for WrestleMania. But I suspect we'll see some sort of some sort of tag match. Anyways, back to the match here. We had the steel steps get involved. Corbin started hitting everybody with the steel steps, and of course in these multi-person matches, it's no DQ, just the way I like it, no DQ. The Outcast Kid just left another $2 Super Chat donation saying, solid match. Should Ruby have had more near falls? I thought she had a pretty good showing, all things considered. It was a longer match than I was expecting, and I thought she did look fairly strong in that match, despite the outside interference and all that. But back to the main event here. Cena got the steps from Baron Corbin and was about to win the match, but then Ziggler stopped the pinfall, and then AJ Styles hit Kevin Owens with the phenomenal forearm to retain the WWE title, and he has now punched in his ticket for WrestleMania for sure. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania, and Charlotte versus Asuka. Tino Alvarez just left a $1.99 Super Chat donation. Thank you, Tino. Much appreciated. No comment, but feel free to leave me a comment. That's about it for the pay-per-view. I think I covered pretty much everything. What did I think overall? I thought it was a good show, not a great show. The main event was great, though. Main event was awesome, despite the predictability of AJ retaining. It was still a fun match to watch. Mike Scott says, man, I never get a question answered, and I watch all the time. All right, Mike, what's your question? I'm looking out for your question. Give it to me. Keep in mind, I get like a billion comments here every video, so it's hard. By the way, they have it now on YouTube where you can watch the chat room replay as you're watching the video. So if you guys go on the YouTube link, you guys can actually read back on the entire chat. So I'm going to look at this chat room and see who's causing trouble in here. And you guys might be on the list of Rift. Let's just put it that way. TK says the beach ball video was better than the pay-per-view, FYI. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. What's the letter grade, says Alex. B-. And I think that's what I give a lot of the pay-per-views. For me, it was very much a C show until the main event. The main event knocked it up to a B-. That's how I see it. If the main event was worse, wow, Virtue gave it a C-, the suspended Virtue, by the way. 32C LCP just left a $1.99 Super Chat donation. Come to the Big Easy for WrestleMania. I've been there, done that for WrestleMania. I was at 31. I've had the stadium experience. I will go to WrestleMania again when it's on the West Coast. If I'm going to travel, I'm going to do something different, like the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Go to Chicago, which is a city, with all due respect to people that live in New Orleans, I'd much rather go to Chicago if I'm going to visit a city that I've never been to before over New Orleans. Just me. My opinion. Mixed reviews for the show. A lot of B's, a lot of C's here. Big Jeffrey gave it a C-. Offman Rules, very cool, generous guy here, with a $20 Super Chat donation. This is on top of buying a beach ball, buying a t-shirt, buying the beanie. I mean, this guy's awesome. You're great, Offman Rules. You rock. You are truly somebody that deserves the moniker of rocking. That is you, Offman Rules. There was a rumor that Owens and Zayn would be in the Dre, but afterthought, is it safe to say those rumors are dead? Yeah, I mean, certainly now that the big angle on this show was Shane screwing over Owens and Zayn yet again. They got to have the blow-off now. WrestleMania is coming up in 5 weeks. So, yeah, I think it's safe to say that they're not going to be in the Dre. They're going to be doing something with Shane, most likely a tag match. Offman Rules, do you want to be a mod? Somebody suggested you as a mod. If you want mod powers in the chat, I think you've earned it at this point for sure. So if you would like some mod powers, I will work on making that happen. Has Ty been a heel? Well, he was a babyface on this show, and he beat Mojo Rawley, who was the loud, obnoxious heel. MS says, is Jeff still around? Yes. Even though he, well, I shouldn't say because I might be spoiling it, but Jeff is going to be taking a hiatus from Wrestling Trivia Challenge. With that being said, he's still going to be part of the No DQ team. I mean, Jeff rocks. Jeff is an awesome guy, and I'm sure he's going to be sticking around with No DQ and doing stuff and being part of the team. So stay tuned. I have a feeling you guys will be seeing more of good old JM Jeff Meacham. Cindy says, is Asuka going to SmackDown Live? I mean, she's challenging the SmackDown Women's Champion. I would assume she's going to be part of SmackDown Live now, but I mean, I would think so, but for all we know, she could show up on Raw. Doesn't really make sense at this point. I think once she challenges the champion, she should be on SmackDown to build up the pay-per-view. So yeah, I would think that she is going to SmackDown. Salty Meme Guy says, why was Virtue suspended? Long story short, Alex, our good buddy Alex, sent me $100 and said if I would suspend Virtue, he would give me $100. So, like an idiot, I did. I suspended Virtue, but unfortunately, I could not really keep up to the stipulation fully. So I offered him a refund, and he said, don't worry about it. So at that point, I contacted a few people, and I got El Virtuoso to step in during Virtue's suspension. Tino Alvarez just sent in another $2.99 Super Chat donation. How long will The Undertaker versus Cena match 2? How long will the match be? Why did I say 2? And TGS says, what's the drink of choice? It's diet soda. I said it earlier, silly. You're not paying attention, son. How long will Undertaker and Cena be? Great question. I really don't know. I would assume it's going to be a solid 20 minutes. I think it's going to be a lot like Hogan and Rock. I think it'll be a very similar match in terms of how it's laid out and the spots. It's going to be more about the star power than them doing a lot of near falls and high spots, but I think it'll be a good 15-20 minutes. If this is truly Undertaker's last match, I think they're going to go all out for it. What kind of car do I drive? I drive a car that gets me from point A to point B. Braden thinks it'll be 15 minutes max. And King Edwards doesn't even think Cena versus Undertaker will happen. Offman Rules says Undertaker will take a while to get to the ring. Eve says, is Undertaker really coming back? Watch Raw tomorrow night. If Undertaker's coming back, I think we'll see him on Raw tomorrow night. Kurapika says, is Cena getting a lot of booze lately? Cena has been getting booze for like 12 years. Where have you been? He always gets booze. I mean, there was a period every now and then where Cena got some cheers and the hardcore fans kind of backed away. But I think from the point where CM Punk went heel and did the pipe bomb and all that stuff, I think at that point the fans started turning on Cena again. But I feel like 2009, 2010, Cena actually had a pretty decent following, and I think the boos were minimalized around that period. Just how I see it. 326. I wasn't joking. Look at my Twitter profile. I'm insane. I'm one of those crazy people that doesn't believe in anything. Except for myself. I believe in me. Like John Lennon said, I believe in me. Tino says, who is going to win the Dre? The Dre. There's been a rumor about Goldberg, but I don't think that that's necessarily definite at this point. I could see Big Cass as a surprise winning it. Big Cass making his return at WrestleMania. I could see that as a possibility and get him established and get him on the comeback trail. Rob Klein says Goldust as a send-off will win. That would be lame. And I'm sure you guys saw on the show tonight, there was a promo for the Andre the Giant documentary on HBO, and I believe that's airing a few days after WrestleMania. Because of that, I think the Andre Battle Royal is going to be more significant than previous years. I don't think it's going to be on the Kickoff, And I think somebody big is going to win it. I don't think it's going to be a guy who wins it and then 6 months later is losing. It's either going to be somebody like Goldberg or somebody the company's high on, like Big Cass. At least that's what makes sense. You got the Andre documentary coming out. You want to make a big deal out of this documentary, then you make a big deal out of the Andre Battle Royal. And Goldberg winning would make sense because Goldberg would generate some headlines and build up some publicity for the Andre Battle Royal, the Dre, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to keep doing this video, by the way, as long as we have over 400 viewers. I'm making a stipulation here. As long as we can stay above 400, I will not sign off. So that means I'm doing this video for another hour, so be it. Dakota just sent in a $1.99 super chat donation. What about Elias winning the Dre? Elias winning the Dre, I mean, I like it. I'd rather see Aiden English win or Rusev win. I like Elias. I mean, people get the wrong idea. I do like Elias. I think he's a really solid performer. I feel like his shtick is too close to the Rock of 2003, and I think he needs to like do something a little different. But I like the character. I like the fact that he was playing the piano. That was a nice little change. You know, do more than just the guitar. Make him a full-fledged rock star. Maybe have him sing with a backing band or something. Maybe change things up a little bit. Some people think there's going to be an angle with Elias and Jeff Jarrett. People want me to do call-ins. All right, how about this? Let me see about having somebody call in. Stephen Osborne, if you're watching right now, you have my Skype info. If you do, call me. Actually, Virtue, you're here. I'll tell you what, I'll let you call in to No DQ Live. Instead of actually being on the video, I'll let you call in and use that as a loophole. Certified G, oh shit, I said Certified G, I just screwed up. And I just got myself demonetized too by saying the S word. He says, keep up the good work. Elias versus Aiden, and they sing off at WrestleMania. Oh, never mind, Skype isn't even working for me right now. Sorry, Virtue. I was gonna give you an opportunity, and you blew it. You blew it, pal. He says 1 second. Sorry, the deal's off the table. Thank you, Big Jeffrey, for the super chat donation. I appreciate it. People are saying they want Virtue back. Now you guys want Virtue back. When he was around, you guys just ripped into him all the time. And now that he's gone, you guys want him back. You guys are weird. You guys are funny. Mako says Braun Strowman to win the Andre Battle Royal. That's a possibility, especially if WWE doesn't add him to the actual WWE Universal title match. Then that would be perhaps the best thing to do with Braun. Have him just completely dominate the Battle Royal like Andre did. Some might say that's still a waste of him, but I think it's better than nothing, right? Rob Klein just sent in a $2 super chat donation. Is Shane the worst striker in WWE history? By the way, Rob is a good friend of ours and a contributor. Yeah, he's pretty bad. I think of 2009 with Randy Orton throwing those punches. Those were hideous. And I think last year, might have been Survivor Series, he threw some more terrible punches. Yeah, Shane's never been one of the best. By the way, we're at 402. So as soon as we go under 400, I'm signing off for tonight. That's the stipulation here. I will keep going as long as my counter here says over 400. 401. So this video might be about to end here. Fire Disco Panda. Oh, sorry. Time's up, guys. We're at 395. So that will wrap it up for this edition of No DQ Live. Thank you guys so much. I said as long as it stays over 400. It's under that now. Thank you guys so much. Jonathan Smith sent in a $2.99 super chat donation. Ultimate Deletion will be better than TNA or WWE. Let's not get our hopes up just yet. I've heard that Jeremy Borash had some involvement in it, though. So there is some hope that it will be good. But I'm worried, you know, Kevin Dunn's going to do his goofball stuff to it and ruin it. We'll see. I hope it works out. I hope it's entertaining, and we'll see if Jeff Hardy gets involved and they set up something for